So Andy, you came into your role at the start of this season. What do you make of the progress of your under-18 side during the first half of the campaign?
I think the very first game, quite new to it all, to be honest. For myself and for the players that get used to me and me to get used to the players. And you got to remember these players have all come into a full-time environment for the first time. So probably about the first maybe 5 or 6 games, it was more getting them bedded in, getting them used to a full-time environment, getting them used to our setup of how I want to play. And again, the main thing is getting them used to me and me getting used to them. And I think it was a very inconsistent start in terms of results, but what they did get in that is a real learning curve in terms of getting used to the environment and getting used to how I played. And I think you can see now that it's starting to come to fruition in terms of results. But aside from results, I think the benefits for the players are they're definitely technically, tactically and physically better than what they were when they first came in, which is massive in my eyes.
Keith, how do you feel your side, the under-20s, have progressed since the start of the campaign?
Again, we probably didn't hit the heights that we expected, I suppose, from the end of last season this year, but due to many different reasons. But I do think that the players played well within games, but they didn't get the results, I suppose, that they deserved, and that went on maybe a wee bit long. And obviously, being at this club, we got a wee bit of support from a few first-team players, a few fringe players that weren't playing games. And I think, again, you can see in the recent run of games that it's ignited that wee bit more confidence and instilled just the performance levels have just picked up again, and it's really, really helped. It was disappointing at the beginning, but still there was still lots of positives within it, taking the results out of it. But I suppose everyone does look at the results. But bottom line is, even in them periods, we did have the likes of a Sean Brown and different ones going on the bench for the first team in them periods. So there was boys that were still on top of their game and things. So no, at the minute it's quite strong, and we've been going on a good run, and there's still more to go from the boys there.
And Andy, you mentioned that results have taken an upturn in the last couple of months. Is that a sign that your players are starting to get used to the full-time aspect of the programme?
Yeah, as I said before, I think when they first come in, it's all very new to them. Again, we're telling them to do things that they've probably never done in their career. We're telling them to lift weights. Some of them might not even have gym memberships. So in terms of the results in the last few weeks, it's not just been because we've been playing well. It has been a build-up for the last few months. And again, what they've been doing on an everyday basis in terms of our sessions and our themes and how we want to play. And likewise in the gym, I think our lads are definitely getting stronger. I think in the last few games, you can see from the last sort of 20-30 minutes in games that their fitness levels are really starting to show when our intensity is through the roof. Again, great credit to them because it's not easy. They've absolutely worked their socks off, as I would say, and we hit them hard every day in terms of trying to push the standards of this club, because the club isn't stopping, and it's not stopping for no one, and they got to reach them standards, and especially the way they see our first team play, and we want to mirror that as much as we can. So when our lads get a wee chance, it's no shock to them. From the start of the season to now, it's been massive in terms of improvements, and we just really want to keep doing what we're doing and really kick on that and really push this season and push these kids as far as they can, and hopefully it'll help them in their careers.
One of the important aspects of all the scholarship players' development is the Larne Academy of Sport, where we currently are now. How much do you both feel that the top class facilities here play a part in the development of your players?
Honestly, this is the best environment I've seen. I've been to a few clubs in England, I've been to a few clubs in Scotland, and we're as close to that, if not better, than most of them clubs. We're a top elite academy here. They've got all the facilities, they've got just behind you there now, they've got boys out doing their extras, and everything's here for them to go on, and whether it's here or whether it's another career outside of here in terms of another club, they've got it here in this facility, and it's massive for them in terms of the gym. You go into the restaurant, you've got your own chef, they're eating the right things. What we can't control is what they're away from here, but we try and put the accountability down to the player, and we only get them maybe for 3 or 4 or 5 hours a day, so a lot of it does depend on what they do away from here, but when they're here, we have full control on them, and what we have in this facility is second to none. We've got everything. We've got the physio, we've got the physiotherapy room, we've got the ice baths, we've got the jacuzzis, we've got the chefs, we know what they're eating, classroom, we've got the tutors, and all around there's no working touches in my opinion, and it's just a matter of making these boys feel like it's theirs, but making them appreciate it, because when they don't have it, that's when they'll probably appreciate it the most.
Keith, scholarship players such as Sean Brown that you mentioned and Jack Hastings have made an impact when called upon for the first team this season. Are you confident that more players will be able to make that step up in the near future?
I suppose our job is to get players to that level on a consistent basis. Hopefully between now and the end of the season, obviously the club's going really, really well. They're fighting at the top end of the table, and it makes it even harder for us guys. That's the truth, and it actually makes it even harder for the players because they have to break that mould of getting into them squads. But our aim, and we'll not stand still, obviously trying to make that work. The boys, they deserve their opportunity. Sean, I remember back just in pre-season whenever we were in Portugal, Sean was just on top of his game, and he's obviously been over at a couple of clubs this season, and he deserves it. He deserves to get the opportunity, but again, he's got a tough competitor ahead of him, and Tomas Cosgrove, so it's difficult for them at the same time, and if the club's going well, for them to keep trying to get to that level, there's individual development within that. Young Jack has been excellent since he's come in from day one. His work rate, his attitude around the place. Obviously he's a local lad, so this facility's available to him every day of his life. Even in the weeks that we get off coming up mid-term, I've no doubt Jack will be in here doing extras and things. Scoring goals for the 18s, scoring goals for the 20s, and rightly so, got an opportunity, and Tiernan had the trust in him to give him his chance, which is excellent. When it gives the boys, suppose they understand that there is a pathway there from whether you're a first-year scholar or whether you're a second-year scholar or under-18s player or under-20s player. If you're doing well and you're on top of your game, and there's opportunities there.
Finally, to both of you, what are your hopes and aspirations for the rest of the campaign for both age groups?
I think from the 18s perspective is keep doing what we're doing. I think we're on a great run at the minute. I think it's now 8 games unbeaten, conceded 3 goals in 8 games. It's phenomenal what the boys are doing, and great credit to them. There's make no bones about it. I think a lot of teams are in the same boat. I think from first to around about 7th or 8th, there's about 5 points in the league. I think all the lads have seen what Coleraine done last year in terms of European football. And from a first team point of view, the club's aim this year was to get into European football. And I think we strive every year from a first team environment to get into European football and put our name on the map. I think that's now filtered, which is great for the league, down to 18s football. And make no bones about it, as a aspiring coach and wanting to do well, I want to play against the best teams, and I want my players to be able to put their name on the map and compete against the best teams. I look at Coleraine, for example, last year, and the teams that they played against, and just inspiring for me, and must be inspiring for the lads. So to have that wee card, it's a big ask, of course it is, but why not? Let's go for it, and we've proved we can beat the better sides in our league. So again, it's just about keep working hard and training every day, keep doing the right things, keep working hard, and hopefully that will come to fruition again, and keep this progress going.
Again, we would have, I think, maybe just under 10 games left in the under-20s. Recently, we had just had a defeat against Crusaders down at Seaview, but before that, we were 6 or 7 games are unbeaten and X number of clean sheets, which was really good. So we just want to keep on doing what we're doing. Be strong at the back, get the ball forward, score goals. Boys enjoying their football, working hard, trying to get boys opportunities within the environments above us, and that's our aim. Other than that, I obviously look after the National League 18s as well. They're in a quarter-final of National League Cup. They have also picked up 4 wins in the trot, 4 clean sheets, so there's development within that. They started off the season nice and slow, but obviously with the training and the environment, they've just become stronger, and they're just outrunning teams now. And that's what this place is about. Some people start off whenever they first come in, they hit the ground running at the beginning, and we've just took the Christmas this time round, and then we've really kicked on after that. Yeah, it's exciting times here as well.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem.